because of trauma, a sanguine can be a choleric.
So you do something and somebody just cuts communication with you, which is in silent treatment or not talk to you and all of that.
Some of these things can be things that have happened from childhood.
Childhood, yeah. That's why you hear things like, and he just flipped.
You pick up so many justifications. You say, okay, that's the way the economy is.
That's my star sign.
Yeah.
No offense, but
Set yourself and know your way.
You having tendencies does not mean there are certainties.
Is it difficult? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. Listen
Try
to
and not shout too much. You get?
There's some people that are so grounded in some certain truths that are not exactly the truth.
That are not exactly the
truth. Okay, so where did this thing come from? The moment I'm able to realize that this thing that I'm calling my opinion is wrong, I am dropping you and I'm going for what is right.
It looks like they're here, but they are actually 14 years in the past.
Yeah. Just explain it first.
Yes.
The way you just said that, it made me feel like as if you see me as trash. Like I'm insignificant. Oh my God. No.
You have to learn. You have to unlearn some things and you have to relearn some things. Conditional love is when
you're not in it alone. It's time for us to hear the real stories. It's time for those voices to come out. That's what Voice of Comfort is all about. Trauma is so powerful. You can literally reconfigure your identity.
Definitely.
Like, because of trauma, a sanguine can be a choleric.
Definitely.
Because of, it can literally reconfigure. That's why I'm always very skeptical about the idea of owning these identities. Or these self-placements, these placeholders, right? Because sometimes the reason why you are doing what you are doing is not because it is who you are entirely. It's just because you are responding to something that has happened to you in the past.
Definitely.
Which is not the best place to be.
Definitely not the best place.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, fine. This is how you are right now. This is what your psychological test says and all. But is that who you are? How do you feel when you're expressing these different personalities?
It's also like saying that a situation or a scenario that you coped with when you were less experienced, which is when you were younger or when you first faced that trauma, because you did not consciously look at the cause and tackle it. If you are now presented with it again, you are still unexperienced on how to handle it. So you might not handle it in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And that is like bad coping mechanism. If I just want to come from the roots, trauma, or people face trauma when from a young age, most of them, it happens in an early age of like your childhood when you begin to have your first interaction with your caregivers. And your caregivers can either be your parents, can be your guardians, can be your teachers in school, or someone that you feel will give or exchange affection with you. And they might do it unknowingly. They might do it just because they don't have expert experience on how to properly handle kids, and then it goes on with you because you either feel hurt or you feel neglected or you felt ignored or you felt criticized. So those are most of the forms of ways people are being traumatized.
That's like the basic form of trauma.
Those are basic,
yeah. I think trauma on the other extended side is now maybe later on in life, but most of those other traumas are like beyond.
Yeah, so what happens when you face this thing? For example, and these are some of the criticism, conditional love, which is something that I want people to really know about. Conditional love is when a caregiver withdraws affection or attention for you because they want you to act in a certain way or to do a certain thing.
Oh yeah.
And
so I love you on the basis of your ability to do this certain thing. Yeah.
So you do something and somebody just cuts communication with you, which is in silent treatment or not talk to you and all of that. And then what does it put you in a feeling of feeling guilty with yourself and like wondering what you did wrong. So that is like one of it, and people do that. And then criticism, belittling someone or like telling someone that is low or is insignificant
Yeah.
or gaslighting.
And I think all of this is the importance of declustering.
Of course, in the modern
Because
of
if you do not intentionally search your heart and search your mind and search out the reasons why you are acting in certain ways, like you said, some of these things can be things that have happened from childhood.
childhood, yeah.
And if you're not mindfully searching things out, you wouldn't know that the reason why you are in certain
Or
way,
you're acting
or
this
yeah,
certain
you're
way.
acting this certain way, you have this certain you take this certain kind of moves in this certain kind of situations that you've already called your personality. It's just because you are reacting to something that
Yeah.
is still there,
Still there.
somewhere in your mind.
It's like your mind, when your mind first deals with this scenario and there's an emotion involved in it, you feel bad about something, your mind tries to tell you what's the solution to this. And then it becomes a coping mechanism. So it's either your
Yeah.
fight or flight
Yeah.
response. You know that,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
this situation, I either run away from it or I
Yeah.
fight back.
Yeah.
Some people, I shout back at you. You do something to me, I
Some people
shout
I
at
just
you. Some
avoid you
people, I
because I
avoid
don't
you.
like stress. I'll just
So-
act like it never happened.
Yeah, so your brain registers that in your mind that this is the best solution to this scenario. And you're much younger, you do not know.
Yeah.
So now you now grow older.
It actually majorly happens in the unconscious.
Yeah,
Even for those that are older,
lovely.
like
Lovely.
it's just a programming. It just happens.
Exactly. That's why
Then-
you hear things like, and he just flipped.
Yeah.
And then everywhere, everything is scattered, and then he now calmed down. He's
You
now
not
looking
realize
at
that something happened that was a trigger
yeah,
to something that had happened before, and like this is just PTSD.
exactly. It's just
Yeah.
it's just
And you know, sometimes these things, these traumas, they take us so far away that some people feel it's too far, like I've gone too far, I can't come back.
then they just accept that
Yeah.
defeated state of mind they are
Yeah.
in and just say,
Yeah.
that's
You
how
pick
I
up
am.
so many justifications. You say, okay, that's the way the economy is. You say,
That's my star sign.
yeah.
No offense, but
No offense at all. And I know I've said this quite a number of times on different podcasts. And I'm not saying it to like talk you down for accepting it, but what we're saying is search yourself and know your ways. And even when you know your ways, regardless of what your ways is, your ways can still be corrected.
yeah, so just know that all those things are probabilities or factors that you are accompanying to, that this is what you have tendencies for. You having tendencies does not mean they are certainties.
Yeah.
So a tendency can be reconfigured.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
I have a tendency to get angry and lash out. But will I choose to lash out in this situation? Or will I choose to be calm and address it? So just know that those things are tendencies and not certainties.
And the truth is that, just a little justification, the truth is that it's actually very difficult. Your natural makeup may be.
Definitely.
So all these things that we call tendencies, they're not, that they can come off as natural makeup. Like, it could seem like the most comfortable thing for you to do, so just go all loud and lash out and throw things and all, but is your ability to control yourself and hold on and then think through what you have to say and express yourself properly a better thing to do? Yes. Is it difficult? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. Right? Is the desire to just get out, to just disappear, to just act like it never happened, you were never there, a reasonable emotion? Yeah. Is it easy? Yeah. Based on who you are. For some people, keeping quiet is actually very difficult. Some others,
keeping quiet is their escape or their way.
Exactly.
I leave it.
Yeah.
Withdraw.
But then the question is, okay, is this the best reaction at this very moment? If it's no, then how about you lean into that discomfort for just a little bit and do the better thing?
Speak up for yourself once. That's it. Even if it's once, take a risk. Speak up for yourself. If you're the person that does the opposite,
listen
try
to
and
the
not
other
shout
person.
too much. You get? Because you know, you not abruptly tell somebody that this character you have or behavior you have is already accustomed to them, but it can help them reduce it. So if you're shouting 100% before, shout 50% the next time. Then
And
make an effort and take it to 30%
yeah,
and
and
reduce.
the funny thing is that you find yourself in certain spaces and certain environments that sort of kind of like justify these things. Like example, having to work in maybe the streets of Eco, and now saying, okay, you want to be calm and collected and know how to communicate. There are areas of life or there are situations that can seem to want to justify whatever you think you are doing, right? But I think that truth is always truth.
Truth is truth,
And
and
everybody knows the truth,
cool.
regardless of how they might think. Oh no, but you can have all the 1 million excuses. But ask yourself the same question 10 times. If you're able to have the same answers that same 10 times, then okay, maybe that's your truth. But what I realize is that some people that are so grounded in some certain truths that are not exactly the
That's not
truth.
exactly the
But when you're
truth.
able to face them with it and say and ask the first time and say, okay, ask again.
Okay.
Are you angry? Yes, I'm angry. Are you angry? Yes, I'm angry. I hate them. Do you really hate them? Yes, I hate them. Do you really hate them? Yes, I maybe at the seventh time. It's just sad that they left me. I really love them and they didn't love me back. And da, da, da. So give yourself the opportunity to explore these things beyond the surface. Find if find yourself within it, find what it really is, and whichever side of it that you find yourself, maybe you're on the far gone, very expressive, very angry side, or you're on the very calm, I hide, I just find my corner side. Whatever it is, right, find your way to say that, okay, this is where I am now. And if there is a possible better option, embrace it. Okay, this is the better place to be. This is the better thing to do. Okay, on that note, I will do that better thing. I'll go to that better place. I'll be the better person. And then get yourself into doing the work. And I promise you, like we said earlier, promising you that it's not difficult can seem like a horrible promise to make. But also promising you that it's difficult is just a very truthful
I
promise
rather
to make.
promise you that you'll be in a much better space than you were
Yeah.
than before.
Is it difficult?
That's the promise. That self improvement and self elevation for you to be a much better person, for you to live in more peace with yourself, and for you to handle your environment well. Adaptability is one of the best gifts that human beings made to. Is also learning. All things we are saying is about how to best live and adapt in your environment. How will I tackle the situation? If I'm in a situation that I have to be firm and assertive, be firm and assertive. If I'm in a situation I have to be vulnerable. If I'm in an situation that I have to be audible and loud and communicate. If they are in a situation you have to keep quiet for the best reason, keep quiet, but know when to apply
All
this,
of these
know when to
things.
know yourself, know when to know that this action I'm taking, is it for my highest good? Is it for me and this person's highest good? And acting that way, and basically you.
Yeah, that's so true. And that's so key. And it's so good because I think even the best people that there is in this world always have the opportunity to be a lot better.
Definitely. Personally,
I've,
if I'll ask you, have there been a situation that I know that, okay, I acted differently like this, but now this is how I act to yourself, just like using a personal
oh, yeah,
example?
definitely. Very definitely. I'm a very, very mindful person. I think my friends on the longest run, they always get to know when I'm ready to reconfigure. So I get to certain spaces and certain times in my life where I just feel like, um, and then I just feel like the evaluation is normally a friend of mine tells me that I regurgitate my words and regurgitate my conversations. So I do that on an average where I just search myself and I evaluate the things that I've done and I'm like, okay. But then there are also seasons where I know that I'm called into thorough self-evaluation. And then,
Introspection.
yeah, that's the word, introspections. And when I do that, there are times when I get to a sense where I'm like, oh, okay, these are key things you have to change. And you know the way life works. Some things stay rather unnoticed until you find yourself in certain spaces or certain conditions that then makes you realize that okay, there is something here.
There's something,
The way trauma and trigger works. Sometimes you feel
Definitely.
like you've gotten over the whole thing and then you're all
Until you
good.
get to a new
Until you get
situation
into a
and you
new
say you're
situation,
being pressured and then there's
yeah.
an
And then
outburst.
you maybe get to see that, okay, something just crept in from somewhere. And then mindfully searching yourself, like, okay, so where did this thing come from? This reaction that I just reacted, that's not me. And actually, I rather not say that's not me. I was telling a friend one time because I presented a standard of being to him. And he was like, oh, my opinions are just my opinions. And I was like, no, no. Let's say no, baby, but it's not my baby. Oh, it's my friend. God. Like, no, no. Like, no. That is it's not my opinion. I don't live my life on the basis or the standard of this is my opinion. I live my life on the basis and standard of okay, this is what is right. So if this is what I seem to be doing and that now looks like this is my opinion, I am there because I think that is what is right. But the moment I'm able to realize that this thing that I'm calling my opinion is wrong, I am dropping you and I'm going for what is right.
Okay.
So the call is not me and my identity and what is right. The call is what should be.
What should be
What
right?
is right, not what does wonder like or what does wonder think.
What you see, what I see, what is the truth or what is right.
Yeah.
So let's
So
align with what
exactly.
is right.
So I'm like, even if I'm telling you these things, and then I get to realize that what I'm saying is wrong, I will flip it immediately to seek what is right. I am telling you this because I think that this is what is right, not because I think that okay, this is how you should treat me or how you should behave. Because my opinion is just dependent on what should be.
Yes.
Do you get? So that is like, that is it. So if I am here and I'm saying, bro, I think you should do this. I'm not saying, bro, I think you should do this because I want you to please me. I'm saying, bro, I think you should do this because I think that this is what should be.
Yeah,
right?
this is
So,
even the greatest good
yeah,
for both of us
yeah.
in this scenario.
Or even for the world. It does not, you don't have to please. I can
Of course,
you
of course,
don't
of
you
course.
don't have to please me. Right? But then I'm like, so have I got into those kind of spaces? Yes. There's just to be a little vulnerable, just to share something personal, somewhat. So I went through a breakup, a season in my life, and I just felt like, oh yeah, we're gone, we're good. I felt the pain of it, I felt the process
Definitely.
of it and all. But then I got to a place where I just felt like, oh, I was good. Until something happened that somewhat triggered what happened in the past, and I'm just like, oh no, girl, you're actually not healed. You're actually not over these things. Like this thing that you're
You
doing now.
suppress them rather than
No,
addressing them. You
and
suppress them.
sometimes it may not even be suppressed. Sometimes you may address, but not address as thoroughly as taking
As
it all away. It's like maybe you cut off the tree from the top, but you didn't know that there are some roots that were still alive that are now starting to germinate.
true.
To like, is
So you
that
didn't
what
take
is
it out
that?
from the roots. You just
Yeah.
cut it off.
And sometimes you can even think you have pulled out the roots, but then there's one root that is still somewhere
Somewhere there.
exactly. So
Then
that
you
was
also saw what happens is that when the scenario happens, you're not shocked that. But why do I still feel this way? I thought I've checkmated this thing before.
And
I
sometimes
understand
these
your
things are
point.
not even exactly like some people will be like, oh, maybe you still love the person, you still want the relationship. It's not even that. It may just be like, okay, it has triggered a response to certain kind of situations.
And certain type of patterns. So
Yeah,
if
patterns,
you
right?
see that pattern happening
Again,
already, your
your
mind
mind just
already
immediately
align
connects
with
it with, oh, this
past
what happened,
situation, and you're
yeah.
like,
And then before you know it, you're acting the way you would act if it was. But I'm like, no, girl, this is PTSD.
let me make a funny example. So PTSD. So let me make a funny example. So I snapped at someone. So basically, when your parents are like trying to get you to do something and they guilt trip you, or let's say they wanted you to do something, you hesitated to do it. You now do the thing that they want you to do. They now say, "How do you feel now?" Or that sort of thing. So the how do you feel is not really asking you how you feel. It's
Like,
like trying to put you in a
can't you see that this
comparison
is
that can't
wiser?
you see that this is wiser? Or can't you see you're in a better place than when you do it? And then they say it so many times when they just need to get their way just to guilt trip you into doing that. And I had a friend of mine, like when I cut the hair and then she asked that thing like, and there's a tone, there's always a tone to the voice. And she
Can't you
said,
see now?
how do you feel now? How do you see? And I snapped because it was my own decision and not to, it was more or less
Yeah.
trying to compare me that, oh, this was much better and that was not better sort of thing. So the fact that I've heard that word continuously from, let's say, mother figures or people that, or just people correcting you, and I was not really comfortable with that, it became a trigger. So I snapped by the fact of just me hearing that particular word. It just triggered some things. I know I did apologize and then explain, but then I really calmed down. I was like, wow, this triggered me. If you look at our word, it seems like a harmless word. But from the patterns that I've seen of that context, word being used,
It's immediately
the
connected
situation
into
it had been used in, it just connected to a series
Yeah.
of maybe some things I did not really like and just made me
And sometimes that
my
might not
coping
be it.
mechanism. Just
That may not be it. Let me share a little, just to be a little. So, hey, should I share this? So
yeah, safe.
you
I'm in a
say I'm
safe
free, I'm
place.
safe. But you know how? So I'm trying to bring another context to it.
Yeah, okay.
And this is because in an actual sense, even when she said, "How do you feel now?" she could actually mean it the same way your parents mean it, but not because
Exactly.
she does not care, or not because she does not. She intends to spite you.
But that was the way she have lived.
Yeah.
And so she learns what she
Yeah,
lives.
exactly. But you know, there are also situations where it is not even in any way related.
True.
It is not related.
I agree
This
with
one
that.
is even related. There are situations where it's not related at all. You just jump into conclusion because you just
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
So
someone that was innocent that had totally good intention, everything just come crumbling down and then it just affected.
yeah. Okay, so one example, I think I can just give this example vaguely. The whole idea of, okay, you see some people and then you're like, oh, this person is just extremely jealous. Or this person is just so unkind to me. And then you're like, maybe the reason why they are, or this person is just so stingy. The reason why they are stingy maybe because maybe the last relationship they were in, the person was a gold digger.
And the person
And
exploited them to
yeah,
the extreme.
to the extreme. And now they're unable to even accommodate the idea of giving just the barest minimum, because it almost feels like the barest minimum is the beginning of the journey to
Like
the
yes, just like you're listening,
do you
you're
get?
putting small
Yeah,
traps so that you
yeah.
can.
And then sometimes you just have to tell, no, it's fair to give your friend a gift. It does not mean that they want to exploit you. It's just basic kindness. I know somebody has exploited you before, but this is not the same person. So imagine now reacting to this friend that says, you cannot get me a birthday gift. And then you
Just explode.
yeah. And then it's like, bro, calm down. She's not the same person. She's not your ex. No,
So
she's not your ex.
another thing with that trauma there, and what I've seen is that we have seen people that they are in the present today. It looks like they're here, but they are actually 14 years in the past.
Yeah.
Because there was a past traumatic event that happened to them and they stayed stuck in that feeling. Either sadness or regret, and they carry it, and it seems
And that
like
becomes an
they have not
identity.
grown. It becomes an identity for them.
Yeah.
You're just like, why is this person just
Yeah.
sad and savage and this way?
But it's because they're still stuck there.
They're still
I think
stuck
that's the
there.
importance of reconciliation, is the importance of
Yeah.
going through therapy. It's the importance of just sometimes the way it's feeling, you just say it. People don't like talking, they like expressing. Like people don't like you said, they react, they don't
react, they
express.
don't
Like,
respond.
the way The way you just sometimes it's not even about responding. Don't even respond. Just explain it first.
Explainer,
The way
yes.
you just said that, it made me feel like as if you see me as trash, like I'm insignificant. I might just give the other person a opportunity to say, oh my
Oh
God,
my God.
no, 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 please,
Yeah.
that's not what I mean. Oh no. Like this thing that I just did now just made me remember my ex. That person, she was a good time exploiter. Like I literally lost all my savings trying to maintain the relationship. And oh no, babe, sorry, no, that's not it at all. I just wanted the gifts. If it's something as
Yeah, I
simple as
wanted the
my favorite
gifts.
chocolates,
Yeah,
to have gone a long way. I just wanted to know that you care. Oh,
definitely. Or maybe in
this
this situation, I'm sort of out of options and
I
I
don't know.
feel safe because of I'm out of options because I feel you mean something to me. Not to inconvenience you, but for the necessity of it to ask if you can be of support to me. And there's, yeah, so
Right?
that is the reason
Yeah,
why I
why
did.
I'm reaching out to you and saying, okay, maybe how far with this? Sometimes just communicating. Oh, that thing that you did, you really like. I'm so pained. I'm so hurt. Like you really just broke my heart. Like I can't believe that you could do that. I can't believe that you could say something like that. Do you know what it means? Oh my God, maybe I used the wrong word, but this is not what I meant. This is what I mean. And if that's not the situation, and then the
I can't
person is
believe, I'm
like,
sorry,
yeah,
I have to tackle that word. I can't believe. I can't believe that you did something like this. It's sort of guilt tripping. I'm sorry, I have to point that thing out
okay,
now.
yeah,
This made me feel this way, and it's you can say it's unfair. I can't believe it's sort of
guilt
it's one
tripping,
new thing that I've
yeah,
learned now.
yeah. And the funny
But I
thing is
understand
that,
it's expressing
yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
I agree
and the
with you.
funny thing is that even when someone says that, if you feel like, oh, this person, are you trying to guilt trip me? Oh no,
No.
that might not like
You
express
expressing yourself.
express it. And there's an extent to which you express yourself that you will know that even if this person is saying something else, you can see in their body language, you can see it in their
Exactly.
intonation that
That's
they are saying A, but they
a
actually mean
mean
B.
B
So you have more than enough facts
fact and
to
body
point
cues
out
to
that,
point it
okay,
out. Yeah.
this is it. But the thing about triggers is it takes you 100 miles from just a pinch of
Telling
salt.
you,
Yeah.
escalate.
So instead of going on that 100-mile journey, first
Check it out
check
first.
it out first. Like, oh, okay. Ah, when you ask the person this question and you say, okay, this is how this thing's doing me, this is how this thing, the way you just keep quiet and oh, it makes me feel this way. Is everything okay? And the person still keeps quiet and the person says, okay. So obviously you're
Give him
dealing with
some
something.
space.
You're dealing with something.
Give him a little bit
And
of boundary.
yeah, like, okay, maybe you're dealing with something, but I don't appreciate the way you treat me when you're dealing with these things. So do you want to communicate how you're feeling and let me know how long I need to give you for you to find yourself back? If the person still does the same thing and then you're able to show this person that, oh, the way this thing is going is making me feel this way, it's making me feel that way, and the person still doesn't care,
And it means that
then
the
you know
person
that,
does
okay,
not
the person does not
care
care
for
about
you,
you, then you
does
step
not
back.
step
But
back.
always make a move to reconcile these things, always make a move to reconcile the triggers, always make a move to retrace yourself in your traumas so that you are not led by the emotions, you're not led by the circumstances. You are firmly rooted in where you are, where you stand, how you express yourself, and what you are. So I think that that's a good place to start to end it.
Yeah, that's the best way to
Yeah.
end that. So at the end of the day, your mindset, your perception on things, and it's tricky because that can keep you within a particular way of living, can determine your self-worth when you can be more because of either the way you perceive yourself, either the way you respond or react to situations in terms of trauma and in building yourself. So I think another key thing to say is to just be mindful and know that you are work in progress. Work in progress does not only talk about just the physical side and bringing the physical things to you or needing the external things to validate you, but internally validating and configuring yourself so you are satisfied, you are emotionally balanced, and you're capable of handling whatever situations you find yourself, whether in terms of your friendship, whether in terms of your relationship, even in terms of God or your career. So you are at this balance point that whatsoever hits, because life will always have its tribulations. It now depends on you, like they say, to turn lemon into lemonade. So that's basically how it is, just being mindful. And also be mindful of how you also project yourself to others. It can be good for you, but on a long run, because everybody say, oh, I want to be the best person. I have this image of myself. For you to get to that image of yourself, you have to recalibrate some things. You have to learn. You have to unlearn some things, and you have to relearn some things. So that's one of the very, very important nuggets for today.
So good.
Our discussion today.
Yeah, it's so good. That's a good conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for engaging in this bants.
McDrain, Daniel.
You're almost there. Just divide the second name and guess the.
So I tell you what is in my head. What's
Yeah,
at
go
the
ahead.
top of my head first? Oh my God, it's outrageous.
Mine is good.
I know it's Dan. There's
Yeah.
Dan. And there's Ajo.
Yeah.
Is it Ajo Dan?
No.
Danajo.
Danaj.
Okay. Oh,
Danaj.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
Like, for me, no offense. So, like, when people tell me their name for the first time, I forget.
Yeah, please.
I always say, I'll forget your name first time. You have to remind me. Like, when we're concluding our discussion, when we met, then you now remind me your name. Then I'm like,
Yeah.
this is your name, and it's
Yeah.
a stamp.
Yeah, and I try to like save people's name with their names, because sometimes I've made the bad habit of saving with nicknames, but that doesn't mean I'll forget your name completely.
Yeah, I'll confess. So it depends. I can save your name with anything that comes to mind, with your nickname, or I can save your name with the
Maybe
particular scenario I met you at the gates, this person, or in this place, or that sort of thing.
So if you want people to reach out to you, like, what do you do? What do you, just a little marketing on who Daniel is, aside from the guy that said he likes my silver?
So I offer business services, that's sourcing, branding, supplying. Then on more of a creative side, I'm into fashion and modeling. So basically, that is what I do for now. So on my Instagram page, MacDrein, that's MCDREIN.
Okay.
DREIN. MC MacDrein on Instagram. Then I'm just an expressionist. Yeah.
Interesting. He's a well of information. What do you call yourself at the other time?
You just said information.
Yeah, you said something about maybe a knowledge shack or something.
I said I'm information shack. So I'm
shack.
curious. I'm a curious person. I'm an expressive person. I always want to know so I can be better.
Thank you for
learning is fun too. So that's fun.
Thank you for coming here and sharing your knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To be
this
back.
was so good. Yeah, right. I like that.
Yeah,
thank you.
Definitely. So,
okay.
Whatsoever questions you have, you can put that in the comment, or what you think about our discussion. And
yeah, that's true, Seth.
So it helps our viewers to be able to learn from that based on your experiences and grow yourself, because at the end of the day, the core reason of having this conversation is how can we be better people? How can we help other people? Yeah. And just to let people know that you are not actually alone in how you are feeling
and what you are doing. That's so true. Guys, I said it all. But the last thing I will now say is, please help me to subscribe, like, share, and those kind of things. I forget to say that a lot. Maybe that's the reason why my subscription numbers are not growing. But yeah, thank you guys. I'm really grateful. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.